Deal. If you make watching this video your routine, you're already starting small and setting yourself up for success. Why? Because building routines isn't about doing everything perfectly right away. It's about taking that first step. By simply committing to this video every day, you're creating a foundation that's easy to stick with. And this isn't just a video, it's a way to rewire your subconscious mind. We're going beyond surface level advice or conscious effort here. This isn't even an action plan, it's better than that. Each time you watch, you're training your brain to get into the right mental space for creating and following the routine that's perfect for you. It's about embedding the mindset and habits you need at a deeper level so that success starts to feel natural. Other programs might hand you advice or an action plan, but this is different and better. It's not just about planning, it's about starting. Watching this session every day gets you off the sidelines and into the action. You're not just learning or preparing, you're actually doing the work to create momentum, build your confidence, and turn those intentions into reality. This is the first small step to mastering your trading routine, and it's the one that will make all the difference. So let's start with the warm up. Make sure that your eyes are close enough to the screen that they're pretty much moving all the way back and forth. Just kind of breathe, situate yourself, check in with yourself, and watch the ball. All right. So let's start off with having you think about the benefits of having a routine in place. Picture how much easier things can be when you know exactly what you need to do so you don't have to be making decisions moment by moment, and just let that thought settle in. All right, take a deep breath. And now I'd like for you to consider the concept of inertia and how it affects starting new habits. It takes so much energy to overcome the inertia of not having a routine. Like, imagine a freight train that's half a mile long. It requires so much energy just to get it moving. But once it's rolling, it's hard to stop. So imagine yourself as a freight train that's already rolling to some degree. You still got to use the engine, but once it's going, it's just so much easier to stay going. All right. So if you had a consistent routine and your emotions were more consistent while training or even during the rest of the day, how would that help you and anyone else you care about? Please make that as vivid as possible. Good job. Okay, so you know that successful people are able to hold two seemingly conflicting ideas in their head at the same time. They keep their eyes on the prize to stay motivated, but they can also contrast that with the knowledge that whatever they're trying to do is also going to be difficult. So let's have you pretend that you're a train that has some degree of momentum, but you need a lot more. Think about your own inertia and how hard it can be to get started. All right, great. Take a deep breath and now consider the fear of breaking another promise to yourself, the fear and the pain of trying and falling again. So I'm having you go negative right now because I'm wanting you to get in touch with how important this whole thing is. So please make sure that you include the most difficult and painful parts. All right, good job. And now I'd like for you to think about the times that you've struggled in the past to change a habit. So as you watch the ball, allow yourself to remember those moments, and it's okay if you feel some sadness or frustration. All right, now I'd like for you to identify that little voice inside you that tells you it's okay to skip your routine or that you don't need it. What's driving that voice to be like that? Is it trying to protect you or is it just bad? See if you can identify who that voice is, like some kind of a cartoon character, or who would it be? How'd that go? If it was crazy or funny, then that's totally fine. And if you weren't able to think of something, then just do that part again, please. And let's have you talk to that voice, the liar, if you want to call it that. What would you want to say to it, and what would you want to hear back? All right, you're doing great. Let's have you consider the difference between clean and dirty pain. So, if you've read any of my stuff or maybe done other sessions on here, you may have heard of that before. But what clean pain is, it's the sadness of knowing that you need to change. And the dirty pain is anger or resentment or maybe even guilt about having to do this. And as you watch the ball, let's just see if you can separate the clean pain from the dirty pain as you do this. So you know that with the dirty pain, which I'm sure you probably have some, that is what kind of keeps you stuck because you're not accepting reality. So for this next set of eye movements, I'd like for you to focus on just the clean pain, just the reality of the situation. And it might not feel great, but there is a freedom in accepting it. So as you move your eyes, let yourself feel okay with the sadness and then just let it pass. Okay, now picture somebody you know who sticks to their routines and finds success because of them. Probably not somebody like you're jealous of, but somebody who is on your side. And imagine how would they motivate themselves. So let yourself feel encouragement from them and embrace the possibility of having hope for yourself. All right, now take a deep breath. Would that person expect you to be just as good as they are with their different personality and all their experience and momentum that they've gained throughout their life? Be honest. Do you expect yourself to be like them just because you decided to? Let's focus on the power of breaking tasks down into smaller pieces. You don't finish a project all at once, you do it bit by bit. So imagine taking just one step today, like committing to watch this video every day, and feel the relief of knowing that's all you need to do for now. You know, the one thing that I think people just don't get is that if you promise yourself that you're going to do one little thing, you have to be able to do just that one little thing. So, I mean, if you're going to change a habit, you have to commit to just doing one thing. And then if you do the other stuff, then that's good. So, for example, like when I wanted to start working out, I got into a little bit of routine and then I quit. But anyway, I told myself all I have to do is drive to the gym. That's all I have to do. Even if I feel so bad, I still have to drive to the gym. And then if I'm probably going to go in once I'm already there. But if I don't, then that's okay. Well, that didn't work because I was thinking, well, I have to drive to the gym and then I have to go in. You really have to make this separation real for you in your on a subconscious level. So when I actually did feel really, shitty one day, I did drive all the way to the gym and then I drove all the way back. And at least I did that one thing. So I want you to really try to understand that point that if you're going to commit to something, you have to do that. And that's all you have to do. So let's try to really get that, please. All right. And then let's apply this to real life. So just imagine yourself committing to watching this video every day until you establish a routine of your own. But all you have to do for now is just watch this video. So imagine yourself just watching it and then doing nothing the rest of the day and celebrating it. Don't do anything. All right. I hope you had fun with that. And now I'd like for you to imagine talking with your future self. And what would your future self say if they could thank you for committing to a routine now? Like, imagine that future version of yourself being happy and successful, and then hear the words of gratitude that they would share with you. All right, take a deep breath. Let that emotion settle. And now let's rewrite the past. So imagine things went differently. Imagine an alternate reality where you did stick to your goals and where you did succeed, and picture how you'd feel now if things had turned out that way. You'll always remember what actually happened, but just for the sake of this exercise, let's rewrite history. All right, now let's get specific. Let's have you imagine your perfect daily routine. What happens? How does it start? How does it end? What does it feel like? Just go ahead and see what pops up into your head. All right. So the first crucial step is that you're committing to watch this every day. And now I'd like for you to imagine what is the next crucial step that once you decide you're going to do it, you have to do it, but only that. So imagine yourself doing that every day and then even celebrating when you do only that. Like I celebrated as I drove away from the gym after not working out. All right, now, so for this final set of eye movements, I'd like you to assume that this session will work for you. And like I always say, you don't have to totally believe it, but you do have to be open to the possibility and you do have to want it to work for you. So go ahead and picture how much money and how much success that following your routine could bring you over the course of your entire trading career. Let yourself get in touch with how good that would feel. All right. Great job today. You can use this session anytime you need to reinforce your motivation and to build your routine. Happy trading and keep moving forward with confidence.